Okay, pitfall number 4 in picking your consultant or integrating your practice. The pitfall could be the do-it-yourselfer. This is a person who says, I don't need a consultant, I can do it myself. Well, there are those people. I'm one of them. I did not have a consultant. I have people that claim they were my consultant, but they didn't do the job and I ended up firing them. I ended up having to consult myself. And I ended up paying a lot of money to attorneys to make sure I met the 3 rules. Good for the outcome of the patient, compliant, and profitable. And the compliant one was the expensive one because a lot of the rules in this game are not written. If you go to a lot of states and talk to attorneys, they'll argue with each other about what is defendable and what the rule is. A lot of times the rules aren't written in stone. A lot of times it's based on what the attorney feels they can defend. So I spent probably $1 million in the first 5 years on legal research and trying to figure out how to do this by myself. You are going to have to spend money on legal research, but if you have somebody advising you on this is the areas you look at, like for example in our manual we have a legal section where we tell you these are the questions you should be asking your attorney. The first client who took that manual and was asking the attorney the questions, the attorney said, let me see that paper. And he read it and said, who wrote this? And our client said, my consultant, AMI. And he said, well, AMI just paid for themselves today. And he started writing out the answers. And he had all his answers within about 15, 20 minutes. So knowing what questions to ask and knowing where to go and what to ask and what to look for can be very, very valuable. We are the guide through the minefield. Our job is to get you up and producing so you're outproducing your increased overhead. And also to guide that your overhead doesn't go up faster in your production. That's what we try to do. Make sure that when you're doing it yourself, you're not going to bury yourself. I'll give you, so I could give you some horror stories about people that try to do it themselves and they fell flat on their face. It is not easy, and you're not sure what to ask, you're not sure where to go, makes it a little bit tougher. Paying a reasonable fee for a consultant can be worth their weight in gold. So make sure you don't try to do it yourself. I mean, if you do, good luck, and I'm sure you could pull it off, but it might be easier and cheaper to do it with a good consultant who's aligned with your vision and what you want to produce.